Hi guys, in this lecture I am going to explain how to use env file in React Native. I am not going to the product flavors in this lecture, just I am going to use the library, how to install the library, how we can use the React Native config library very simply. Okay, for using env variable I am going to use React Native config library. So I am going to install this library in my projects. I have already created one project in my desktop env. Now I am going to install the library, so we can just add the library yarn add React Native config. Oh sorry, it should be yarn. So this is a library which we are going to create env file in our project. So we are going to install this library. Yes, the library is installed. Now they're asking to change something in our native modules. We are only looking for Android for right now. So we can just look in the implementation. Yes. Yeah. So we have to add this thing in our project. So we can just go to the project. Here, VS Code. And I'm going to open my project. Desktop env. Yes. We can close this one. The old other implementation, it will be created manually because we don't want to implement. The only thing which we need to add is this one, right? Second line, add a new apply Android app build.gradle. So you can just go to project Android app build.gradle. So they're asking to add an apply line here, so we can just add apply line. The next thing is, yes, we can skip this all things. Yeah, fine. Now we can just run the project once more. npm run android, because we are already changed in native module. So we have to rebuild the application. So I'm going to open my application. So we can just go for Wizard. Yes. Yeah, my device is installed. The project installing on my device. You can wait for a few minutes. So creating product flavors we can discuss in another lecture. There is another section is going to be we can create different APK itself with staging env production. Now in this lecture we are only covering about env file. So I'm just guiding you how to install this library and how to configure env variable. Yes, it's already showing missing env file. So we can just create one env file. Go to the project, root. Here we can just create one env file. I don't know why it's opening. Yes, .env. So they just created in Android folder. So we need to move it in the root project. So just cut. We can just yes. Sorry. We have to place it in the root file. So you can just go here. Sorry. Yes. Fine. So we got the env file, and we can add some variable for now. So we can just copy this one here, paste it here. Okay. Now we can rebuild the application once more. npm run Android. Now it will not show this message missing env file, so you can just wait out. So you can see reading env from .env file. So it's already read our values. So we can just wait the build to be complete. Yes, you can see the project is builded. Now the packager is running. Yes. Now the project is completed, so we can just go into the app.js file. We can remove this old code. Okay, and then we can just add one view, style flex equal to 1, background color, we can just give a red value, and then we can just close this one. We can add a text env, and we can arrange this text into sender. So we can just go to the justify content, sender, align items, sender. Fine. Now if you look into this variable, you can see env file here. I can just change the color, style color is equal to white. Now if I just go here, you can see the weight. So you can just increment the font size also. Font size 18. Fine. Now what we need to print these values, right? For that one, what we have to do, go to this one, import config. Meanwhile, we can also delete these things. Yes, I imported config file. We can just try to print out this value config.api URL, right? We can just go here, config.api URL. See, the value which we have added is printing here. Now the next step is we need to generate env for production and staging. So for that one, what you have to do, just go here. We can create one more file here. env.production. This we can use for production, and one more file we can create .env for staging, right? So we have created production and env staging, so we can just copy this value here. We can just change into production.com, also for the same for staging. So we can just create for staging also staging.com. Fine. Now we need to use this in different case. So for that one, what I am going to do, I am going to create some script. So go to the package.json file. Now what I need, if I need to create staging build, what I can do, here we can add one script. We can just add build staging. We can just add build staging. So in this one, what we can do, we can copy the env from staging to product env file. So we can just add .env. So it will copy staging env to env, and then we can just build the project. So npx react native run android. Same thing we can do for production also. So we can just build production. So this staging file we can just change into env production.env npx react native run android. So we can just try for this one. Go here, npm run build staging. We can just build staging build here. Fine. So there is some error is going on. No such file directory build staging. So npm run build staging. So what is the error is giving? env. We can copy this name and paste it here. Fine. Yes. Now we can just run npm build. See, it will copy the env staging to env file, then build the application. We can see the value changing. Now the value is myapi.com. Now after the build, you can get the staging value. See, now staging value is reading, right? So env staging is reading. Now if you want to create build release build, what you have to do, just copy this command. Here you can see that command. Go here, setting the env variable, right? You can see env staging. So we can just copy this one, and we can just add one more script, release staging. So we can just add this one. We can add the same env variable here. So it will release staging build with the staging env values. Now if you want to add production build, what you have to do, release yeah, here we can just add one more script, release production. So it will create a release build. You can just change the env variable from here, right? Go here, Now change the env variable into production. So it will read the production env variable and it will create a release APK. Right? So we have created script for building staging, building production, releasing staging, and releasing production. And I will always suggest this is not the proper way. You have to create product flavors using Android and iOS, right? So this is a shortcut. You can manage the env variable. Clear? So we can jump into the next lecture.